It's week 4 of the NFL, and we'll see Joe Mixon. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Texans and the Jaguars, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in week 4. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. The numbers for Mixon last week, 21 carries, 92 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he fires one incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and 5. You look at this Jaguar defense, and they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Throwing now is Stroud. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Texans had 0-3 here to begin the campaign, and you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Stroud looking to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Here goes Stroud again. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in, and the contact may have come too early. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks, and here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape.
And he's going to go down again. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. And that sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things, getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down, that lets the air out of it a little bit.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 21 carries, 87 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
He completes it to Hunter. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Here's a give to ETN. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Christian Kirk deep to return it. Taking it about the 16. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Stroud off the play fake. Another one caught by Collins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Looking to throw. Stroud. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. 2nd and 10. You look at this Jaguar defense. And they've played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Dumps it off to Mixon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Back to throw. Stroud finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
They'll wind up getting just a yard and bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Lawrence will throw. That's to the rookie first-round pick, Brian Thomas. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. A run here with Bigsby. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Stroud. That's complete to Dell. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Mixing up the middle. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a first down. Back to Mixon on first down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They run the option on second down. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down. Looking to throw. Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Here is 3rd down and 4. Stroud out of the gun here. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. He was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Here is 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
On play action, Lawrence. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Bigsby.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he's got it. It's Thomas for a Jacksonville touchdown.
Brian Thomas.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. The extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A handoff to Mixon, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Caught left side. Here's Dell.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Stroud to throw it.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz.
Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Thomas brings it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Lawrence going to throw again.
And this will be caught by Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hunter. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He finds his man, complete. It's Hunter. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. But to throw again is Lawrence.
Keeps himself upright.
That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Lawrence.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brenton Strange.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 8.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we close out the first quarter of this season. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The visitors' offense, and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Now Lawrence.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
He'll get this off to Etienne.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
There he goes, right side. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
They'll go play action here with Stroud.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Here's a give to Mixon. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Hitting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And that will be incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
On second down, ETN once more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hunter.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And here comes the Texans now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line.
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that lead is back down to 9 now. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Now Lawrence. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Stroud.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Etienne up the middle.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
A give to Etienne running right.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Lawrence will throw. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4.
Here's Lawrence.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
Etienne.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Once more, Etienne. They'll fight for the end zone, but they will stop him again. Shy of the goal line.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Etienne.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw. Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Stroud out of the gun here.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the 1st. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Now Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here goes Stroud again.
that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Stroud to throw it.
And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Mixon. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Stroud. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And Stroud now to throw. That is caught.
Touchdown, Texans!
Take down.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. The Jags offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. Lawrence.
He completes it to Hunter. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunter. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Stroud working out of the gun. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone, for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Stroud. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Got his man, Dell.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. That's complete to Dell.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. Throwing now is Stroud. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Brevin Jordan
with an amazing diving catch.
And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A 10-play drive that time. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And some room to maneuver. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 18. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
Lawrence to a knee, and that will write a finish to this one.
And there it is, Brandon, taking a knee. They get their first win of the season. They're now 1-3. And I remember when a 1-3 start meant you didn't even talk about going to the playoffs. Nowadays in the NFL, you still got a shot.
Yeah, and a big difference between 1-3 and 0-4.
I think they're going to practice really well next week, riding this momentum of this win.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Jacksonville, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll sink now to 0-4, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.